All right, I know y'all been waiting for me to drop this. All right, behind on it, but it's here. All right, now I done got all the best parts of the Kanye interview. I know. They try to act like Kanye was shot out. He just out of his mind because they want you to believe this stuff about our. There's only a few so-called black people that's very rich. So they want you to believe the ones that are super crazy, but. I never really saw one of his interviews until I saw this, and he seemed like a very normal person, Besides what he made posts on other videos and his songs, and this seemed like a different individual because he just kept promoting how much important God was, and peace and love and stuff like that. But we're gonna go over it and watch it together, and go through the best parts that people are not gonna tell you about. All right, so. Let's go. And if you're watching right now, make sure you like and subscribe.
Absolutely.
Understand this leader and political prisoner.
Right.
Like when I went to the White House, I said, this is me in a different dimension. Any one of us that can organize somebody, they gonna take us down. They've been taking, the leaders and the fathers out of the community and only leave us with a hustler mentality because you ain't got a dad that...
He's speaking super facts right now. Why did that specific line not get posted all over social media? Because they don't want us to get together. They don't want us to do what he's telling you. They don't want you to wake up. But if he went crazy and cut his hair all crazy, they'd post it all over and want you to see that. Let's keep going.
Showing you how to save money and what property to buy and how to build your own factories. We're gonna be jumping up and down for the idea of like Virgil getting a job for Bernard Arnault or me getting a job at The Gap or Adidas. A lot of times it's like we all was born white supremacist, racist, and homophobic. That's the...
See, he just said we jump up at the idea of getting hired by these big companies, which people do. If you get hired by Amazon or Facebook or some Fortune 500 company, your family will be super happy, but he wants you to be that company. You feel what he's saying? Most celebrities ain't gonna talk like this, so let's keep going.
That's the baseline. That's another thing. I don't even got the word for it, but it's like a phobia of mental health. That's the thing when people try to write it off. That's like even when I cut my hair like that, I'm like, yo, they're gonna try to freeze
what's the
my
name
account.
of that haircut?
At first, I called it the Britney.
Oh, Britney Spears. Okay, I get it.
Now it could be called a yay. But when I see that, bro, I'm telling you, the Declaration of Insanity is a form of censorship and control.
You taking some Hennessy? I like to salute that. Take some more Hennessy, goddammit. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but it's fucking interesting. Let's go. You gotta sip it. It doesn't count unless you sip it.
Nah, I mean, feds, Democrat, whatever, they know who I am, so I...
Notice how he said feds, Democrats. He ain't say feds, Republicans. We all know this, who the same people is. Democrats is connected and infiltrated in everywhere you could think of. These people is corrupt. You feel what I'm saying? And if you can look, this stuff is blatant to see. You don't see no FBI or anybody helping out Republicans do anything that they're saying. If Republicans say, they think something rigged or they think some fraudulent stuff going on, they're not about to go get it. You see Biden's son laptop and stuff, they ain't going to get it. But if the Democrats want anything happen, FBI go raid somebody. You see what they just did to Project Veritas all over a diary, Joe Biden's daughter diary. They done raided this dude crib for a diary. Psst. These people in the Democrats go like this, but let's keep going.
I was up there like, man, maybe I shouldn't do this interview because that's when they gonna come. You gotta understand, Kobe.
You say whatever the fuck you want over here.
Yeah, but it's called everything has like a butterfly effect. Kobe died on, in Calabasas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? On the street where I would drive my kids to school.
That's crazy.
This video game, this Grand Theft Auto, is real.
Right.
So, but with me and Drake, we all really on the same team. Just even on this planet, period, we on the same team. We the people we think is our ops and all this stuff. Right. Once we understand, and this is, I think, the job that God actually has for me, is for us to all realize that we are playing inside of the same time. There's one thing we all got in common. If we all in the same place in the Christian calendar at all times. We could be the first civilization to become civil. As a matter of fact, let me take out the word can. I hate the word can. I hate these like in between, you know, word can and should and if is like feds. It's like somebody you think is with you, they're not really with you. They're like a fourth leg that could just fall anytime your whole table fall over. Like, that's why we have to will these things in fruition. So we say we will be the first civilization to become civil. We still in the dark ages. We attack each other. Mentally, we go back to the rap stuff with me and Drake. We in World War III. This is warfare right here, what they...
Listen to what he's saying, yo. They're not gonna... No other celebs are talking like this. There might be a few. When I say few, I mean a handful. You can count them on your hand. But what he's saying, they don't want you to hear, man. Like, he letting you know that us going against each other is pointless when we all basically won. Like, we got one common enemy, and y'all know who that enemy is. So let's keep going.
Dude, people can comment on you online that you don't know. You can't come see them. You know what I'm saying? It's in Korea, the suicide rates is crazy. People's esteem, how you feel about yourself, body dysmorphia, overdoing it with the drip and all that. So I'm about, like, Robin Hood really breaking down the class system. That's why I went to the Gap. Like, people say, man, Virgil went to Louis, you went to the Gap. I said, I always wanted to create egalitarian. You worked for the Gap at one point. Yeah, I worked for the Gap, so it was meant to be. I always felt like Gap was sort of like Apple of apparel. For me, esteem and clothing is so connected. Your ego connected to the first time my mom bought me some Jordans in 4th grade. I didn't even know they was the 4s. I got the 4s in 4th.
All right, y'all, we're going to skip this part right here. It's not much. I'm trying to get more to the point of why I made this. I know it was a specific clip in here for like 2 minutes. He wasn't really talking about what I wanted you to hear. Here he's going to just make a story about some shoes his mom bought him when he was younger. Nothing important. So we're going to skip through this part.
Oh, this is 1984, mind control that we in.
And mob mentality, too.
Really serious things pulled in alleys against their will. That's different than a hug. That's what I'm saying. We got it, and then it's like they'll hit you with like an accusation or somebody that you was with, 10 years ago.
Now, right now, he's referring to the whole, y'all know how Bill Cosby got done and how celebs get done when they bring out girls from 20 years ago. He's telling you what they do right here. But so, listen up.
Okay, and then also it's like there's women who have been through really serious things pulled in alleys against their will. That's different than a hug. But it's classified as the same thing. It's classified as the same thing. It's power and politics. Power-hungry maniacs and just control. This is 1984, mind control that we in.
And mob mentality, too.
Facts. Listen up. Listen up. I know I keep stopping, but listen up. He's speaking facts, Everybody else who said they call them conspiracy theorists, but it's always good hearing it come out of celebrity mouth because this is who people believe. So, listen up.
How you feel about cancel culture? How you feel about cancel culture?
Oh, man, I love it. I'm above it.
They try to cancel you like 15 times.
Right? I'm love it. I'm above it. You know what I mean? I love it. I'm above it. That's the clouds. When you're in the jet, you look down at the clouds. It's like I'm like running to get canceled. Doing this show, it's just like I'm begging to get canceled. He's trying to get canceled.
We don't give a fuck.
And then different people will call me and make suggestions and be like,
My bad for stopping it, but Nori, the little short black dude, he funny as hell, man. He funny as hell.
Oh, I suggest, maybe you shouldn't be buying. If you suggesting that to me, why are you so into it? Unless you really into it. Unless you really part of the mob. Because the mob, it got a couple mob members here right now. Most definitely. Most definitely. You know what I'm saying? That different kind of mob. But you got to understand, they all doing their job. We all here for a reason. God got a reason. God sees everything. And if I'm still alive, God's not finished. Like I say on 24, which I wrote. I actually wrote the day before Kobe passed the melody. And we ended up, and the funny thing, we went back and forth on this song. And when we did the listening event down in Atlanta, the first one, for However Atlanta, we started with 24.
For the Donda album.
For the Donda album, yeah. We started with 24. All my people out the trenches, living up, making all right. And then the funny thing, I had a clip of Kobe and his daughter in the video, and we called his wife everything, and we couldn't get it cleared. Now, one of the things when Kobe passed, there was somebody that I used to work with whose wife literally tweeted, "Let's not forget that Kobe was accused." And that's what they said.
And that's when Snoop reacted to that.
Yeah.
Because, okay, continue. Let me know what you
So that's what they said, because you talk about superheroes.
Right.
They don't want to, what did AZ say? They don't want to see a black man turn to John Gotti or Khaled. But like, they don't want you to have this. They want you to have a house. They want you to have the cars. They want you to look at the numbers on, Billboard or Spotify, or that's completely controlled. They want you to look at they want you to base your self-esteem off of TikTok. Hi, God. If another nigga talk to me about TikTok.
Now listen, I say this all the time on my lives. You feel me? All the time. You can be on TikTok. I ain't got nothing against you, but know what's going on. It's a big monkey see, monkey do game. But does this sound like the crazy Kanye West they try to always portray out there? Like he sounds like a normal human being who actually got some sense in his head, But he letting y'all know, man, you're under mind control, all right? And they want you to have these things. They want you to look at these things that have no value. Look at numbers. Look at your likes and value yourself off that. Or look at your, like you said, the Spotify numbers, which can be controlled. They can bot views and bot listeners anywhere. And just make you believe somebody popping. Like Lil Nas X, for example, I believe at least 50% of his views and listeners are botted. Nobody really listens to this dude, okay? They try to make him seem like, oh, he got the #1 song and they can just bot all of them. But let's get back to the video. It's Kanye.
Got TikTok.
Bro, it's fine. Y'all could play, praise God and everything, and that's great. I'm happy that it connects to my children and everything, but it's none of these things that can make me, and that's the idea of being a nomad. I like that term, though, because I was talking to the head of IKEA about creating, I'm sure he won't like that.
Keep going. I'm into it.
They're like, this is the first person that went and Me Too'd himself. So, right, you're not laughing. You didn't like that.
And you can tell just by that joke where he said, you're not laughing, you don't like that. He watching the people in the room. You feel me? Like when he even came to this event, he didn't come with no security, nobody. He came by himself, and he had to give him security. But you could tell he peeped the energy around the room. Like it may sound like a joke, but he's probably very serious. Like you with them people, you here to watch me. But let's keep going.
I'm reading the energy in the room. It'll be an uproar. Here comes the backlash.
So you with the president of IKEA. Let's go. You with the president of IKEA. What happened?
He gonna be like, so I was just talking to him and said, look, we need to create better situations for homeless people. It's a really utopian dictator concept to be like, okay, we're gonna eradicate homelessness. What about people who want to be homeless?
And there's a lot of them that want to be homeless.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So that would change. You got to think. We used to have water fountains. Now we got a plastic problem because of water bottles. That's capitalism.
Deep.
All right, y'all. We're going to end it right here. Just part 1. Listen to what he just said. How they make problems and then try to make a solution. But they gain the most off both things, So like and subscribe. Comment below, let me know what you think. Until next time, peace.